I'm Yusuf Marshall. Ever since I've begun my podcasting journey, I wondered the same question. What happens when the record light is no longer on? Fantastic interview. The recording was great, but now what? The easy answer is actively chase the next opportunity, put out more content, get on more shows. The more difficult answer is one that costs us a little bit more, but it proves really big in the dividend department later on. We need to keep the relationship going even after the interview is done. So you've been a guest on a podcast. It went well. What's next? I'm going to gently encourage you to take a pause right here and go against the grain. Instead of quickly moving on to the next thing, which is common for many of us, we're going quality over quantity this time. You're going to create more content, do more guest spots. It's definitely going to happen. But this time, you're going to invest a key seed for the harvest you want for your podcasting business. This time, you're going to continue to build a partnership and relationship you just started. How do you do that? Why should we do that? Hopefully, I can help out with both questions. Now, I totally get the initial reaction because I had the same questions. I had some of the same thoughts. Do I have time to build relationships? Have you seen my schedule this month? Is this really required to build a strong community and a strong network? Does this actually help grow my show? The answers are yes, yes, and absolutely yes. We'll get into why this makes sense for you as a podcaster. Collaboration, maintaining a relationship with a host, and why you should even do that. The method and the understanding behind that. You need to find practical ways to collaborate with the host in the future and build relationships. I'm going to help you out with that. Here's one awesome tip that I love. Don't reinvent the wheel. Use the same channels you connected with them initially and do that the same way as you initially started. If you're on social media, drop them a quick, hi, how are things going today? How's the show going? If it's text or email, cool. At the start of your day before things get too busy, drop them a quick compliment. I've been hearing some great feedback from the episode we did together, some great comments, some great questions. I want to thank you again for having me on your show. How are things going for you? Are you getting new business from our episode? Are you growing and meeting more people because of our episode together? Encourage them because honestly, we forget sometimes, I don't know how, but we forget that podcasting can be hard. The more support and encouragement from people who get what we go through, the better, right? What better way to show that you're invested in their success and in your own? Be honest. How do you feel when a guest says they've heard a couple of your episodes? I know how I feel. I get overwhelmed and I get emotional a little bit because I'm touched by that. I guess part of me doesn't think, that people really want to hear it sometimes. So for many, putting their hearts out for the whole world to hear is a daunting task as podcasters. It's even intimidating. When someone takes the time to invest in you in this way, it's priceless. It's invaluable. It's often the boost that we need, we all need as podcasters during those rough podcasting days and weeks and months and years. Another way you can help forge that relationship after the interview is over, support the host episodes from the comment section. If they're going live, make it a point to put it in your calendar, pop in. Even if you only have a few minutes, pop in on your break at work or when you're doing other things at home. Pop in and shout them out. Let them know, you know what, I'm listening. This is great so far. Keep up the great work. You don't know how much that does for a host who may be dealing with all kinds of things internally in their mind. These are just little seeds that you think might not matter that much, but they can spark a great harvest for your colleagues. Shout them out in the comment section if they are doing a recorded episode. Jump in there and leave some thoughts. Ask a question that may provoke more thoughts or maybe even create another episode because of the amount of questions the host is going to get. Help boost their profile and help boost their cachet and help them grow their show the same way you'd want someone to help grow your show. Another way you can help is send them a review of their show. If you haven't done it already, review their show or a specific episode. I do that all the time. I always try to live life from a very powerful Zig Ziglar quote. And I quote it probably way too often, but I just love it so much. And it says, if you help enough people get what they want in life, God will help you get what you want in life. And I totally believe that. I know it runs counter to the world around us, and I get that. But it's proven to be true so many times in my life. Take an extra beat. Drop a thoughtful review on your host show. Honestly, This is probably happening on your platforms as well, but people are likely listening to your whole show and wondering, should I keep listening? Is this really for me? Your review might help encourage that person to continue to keep listening. And try not to forget, that could be happening on your platform as well. So you'd love to get a review from one of us on your show that says, you know what, this person is relevant. This person's work resonates with me, and it could encourage somebody else who's watching and listening who might be on the fence. Another way that we can help maintain a relationship and build a relationship after the interview is over is virtual coffees. Sounds super simple, right? We do this kind of stuff all the time in business and networking circles. I know networking can often be a dirty word in business circles just because of people's intentions. Some folks just want to get all of their business cards passed out. They come out there with 500, they want to leave with 0. And that's their big intention. But we in the podcast community have an awesome opportunity. We got a chance to be able to not only connect and collab with other podcasters, but also encourage other podcasters. Everybody I speak to a man that's a podcaster, they go through the same thing, the same challenges, the same hiccups. They wonder, they're going to quit today. It's their last episode. Imagine if you had somebody there to encourage you before that even happens, before you get to that place. Have a virtual coffee with somebody who you've been a guest on their show. Take the time to listen to them. Be a listening ear. Be a shoulder for them to cry on if that's what they want to do. Podcasting, like life, is cyclical. We can be in their proverbial shoes someday, and we might appreciate having friends that are willing to do for you what you did for them. Instead of bringing a pitch, these are great times to listen to our colleagues and help keep the community strong. You never know. That could be the boost that keeps them going for another 5-10 years. We got to stay engaged and stay communicative. Honestly, if we're privileged to be on someone's show, we get to show the world our business card. And it would never be wanted or solicitous. We're being invited into someone else's world and actually share some of ours. I honestly believe that if I guest on someone's show, that is networking. We are networking. And you have a privilege to be on someone's show. I think it's only right to show appreciation. I think it's only right to see how they're doing. You're on their show, sharing your world with others. I'm just definitely curious about how that went over. Do people resonate with what I was talking about? Did I say something wrong? Should I say something better? I want to stay in contact with the host just to understand what the reaction is to our episode. Is there something that I can change or do better at? Or if I emphasize something that's really good that resonated with people, should I say some more? Should I be more frequent on other shows to talk about that and to share about those things if it resonated so much? We can't do that without staying engaged and being communicative. So I believe that's a part of networking also, but it's just great for us to build community together. We've heard complaints about people who had issues with the analytics, or they said only 15 to 20 people heard their latest episode. What if you recorded that episode and those same 20 people were right there in the room with you, locked in, listening to every word you're saying with their eyes right on you? Some folks will freak out because they're introverts, but I believe that it will change the way that you look at this opportunity that we have in podcasting. There's a relationship that we definitely need to have, not only with our viewers, but also with each other. And that's what made the community strong. We're on the verge of a podcasting burst, if you will. We're taking podcasting to places that it's never been taken before. And I believe that we have to be able to be at a place where we're strong together and in community together. I imagine if you had a room full of 20 people listen to your show, you'd feel pretty good about where you are and what you're doing. I know it's not 500. I know it's not 5 million, but it's 20 people who actually care what you have to say. I would assume that for that moment, you're not thinking about the thousands anymore. You just have great appreciation for the 20 that can see you and see what you're doing and appreciate your heart and the work that you're putting out. Quick personal story. I recently found a fellow podcaster. We're in the same community together, but we haven't met officially yet. But they talk about one of my great loves, which is coaching. I never heard of the person or their work, but I was hooked after 2 episodes in. I honestly felt like I came alive again in this area. I had some questions I was dealing with, and I immediately followed the show. and I was just compelled to leave a glowing review. It was a long review, but it was a really, really good review in my opinion. It was really heartfelt and authentic. I was really appreciative of this person and the work that they were doing. I wasn't trying to curry favor with the person. I genuinely enjoyed what their podcast represented and what it was about. And it made me feel like I can continue to chase this dream that I have for years. I really felt rejuvenated. This person was speaking my language. Every guest that came through was speaking right to me, it felt like. It was shaking up my whole world, and it was all good. But I'm sharing this not only to encourage you to encourage your podcasting peers, but also just because it's just human, man. It's just right to support other people and to give to others what we want given to us. I believe it's more blessed to give than it is to receive. I'm trying to show you something else, though. It might be subtle, but maybe in the day-to-day hustle and bustle of your podcasting life, you might have missed it. I don't even know if my review or my comments to that person was read yet. But I do know this. I honor the golden rule, and it touched me to take that extra step. Here's my point. What if nobody did what I did? What if nobody took the time out of their busy schedules, which we all have, I admit it, and stopped to give a hand up to somebody who's out here doing what they're doing in this podcasting journey? What if that encouragement was part of the why they thought the podcast and its niche was relevant for? How many podcast friends have you heard that have been on hiatus for over a year, 2 years? How many have quit the podcasting business altogether? Have you listened to their reasons for why? Might be some highly personal stuff in there, but nestled in the middle of all of that, there's a lack of purpose, uncertainty that their message and their voice matter to anybody. My hope is that every podcaster that can hear this can be that for somebody else. When we talk about leaving a review and jumping in the comment section, jumping on their live episodes, sending them a message via social media or text or email, we have the ability to impact and to be impacted. We have the ability to influence and to be influenced. We had the ability to grow, and we had the ability to help others grow too. That's the beauty of community in a nutshell. So if you're a guest on somebody's show, think about these ideas. Number one, thank the host sincerely for having you on. The pool is big and there are a lot of fish in it. You're making a cut isn't a given, but you being on this show is a privilege. Be appreciative of that. Number two, thank the host for the opportunity after it's done. That's just being honorable. Don't just log off and leave the room. You never know. You may be working together in the future, and the host may recall your kindness. They may remember your appreciation and want you back on a future show. Don't burn bridges. Thank the host for the opportunity after it's done. Number three, follow up with the host. Plenty of folks will never reach out after the episode ends. It's an ugly reality of the podcasting game. It's just the truth. They're already on to the next thing, but there are many hosts that are so excited, many of you who I know, that I'll hear from you a couple of weeks later, asking me how I'm doing or telling me that you love the episode. I'm doing the same for them. Asking them how they're doing. Are they seeing growth in their business after our episode? Are you seeing more sales from your books? I ask those kind of questions. Are you seeing new clients because of the episode? Please don't underestimate the surprise encouragement message early in the morning or smack in the middle of your lunch hour or at the end of your day that gives you that reminder that somebody is listening. Number four, leave a review or comment on future shows. Give the kind of support you would personally appreciate when you are the host of your show. Sometimes that's the most powerful testimony. Take the extra step. Show a little appreciation. It doesn't cost you a lot, but it has such a great dividend for the other person, for the host. It's going to mean something to them. Number five, you might make a lifelong friend. I hear about this so often. One collaboration and a consistent string of communication and lifelong friendships are forged. Happens all the time in this business. Sometimes people just click. It starts with follows on social media, to happy birthday messages, to hello emails, to reconnecting at networking events, to phone calls and texts, to going on cruises together. I've actually seen this happen. Even if it's not your goal, it could be an unexpected but beautiful circumstance. You're definitely building a strong team and community when you follow these tips. The potential of the podcasting community is limitless, but you have to be okay with allowing others to help us with our mission. Maybe more importantly, We have to be okay with helping others with their mission. Together, we can help make podcasting something beautiful and effective that touches lives around the globe. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful day.